Shit from O-A-K-L-A to L-B, I'm a Raider.
Raider Nation, what's going on? You are watching the Las Vegas Raiders Report. Surprising enough, but I'm going to be the host on today's show. Hopefully that's okay with everyone. Mitchell Renz coming at you here from Chat Sports. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to dive into the latest around Derek Carr. I'm going to tell you whether or not he's going to play this week. We got to talk about Marcus Mariota. Already a lot of draft rumors starting to pop up, of course, around the quarterback position. And at the very end, I'm going to tell you who's listed as the Raiders' defensive coordinator because it's not Rod Marinelli. Well, that is according to Wikipedia. So an important announcement here. My next Raiders live show is going to be Tuesday, December 22nd, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific. Now, normally, I try to do these shows, and I want to put it a little bit later on because of the West Coast. I'm trying to go visit my family for the holidays. I hope y'all understand that. I hope everyone that sees this video has an amazing holiday. I appreciate you, but go ahead and subscribe because I don't want you to miss it. It's going to be a wild show. All right, let's go to the first story here. What I tried to do is find the 5 biggest stories circulating around the internet around the Raiders because Thursday football was a rough one. Derek Carr, he wants to play against the Miami Dolphins. He's motivated. You can see that he's upset. And I don't really blame him because the amount of hype that has been around Marcus Mariota has been out there. And I get the fact that Mariota had a great game. We'll get into all this. But if I was Derek Carr, I would want to play to be able to prove people that, hey, this is my football team. Mariota said that it's Carr's team, but we all watched the game. All I'm saying is this. He wants to go out there and play. Now, Jon Gruden spoke about the possibility of him being able to go. For those of you that don't know, Carr ended up sustaining a groin injury in the first quarter of Thursday Night Football. Luckily, he gets a few extra days to rest, and the Raiders play the Miami Dolphins on Saturday Night Football. So Gruden said that Carr has a 50-50 chance to play. For those of you that don't know, that's about a 2 Chucky head people are talking chance of being able to play. The issue here is it's a groin. They can pop up. They can flare. He could easily have a setback. The good news is he is going to have plenty of time to be able to rest. So what do we do here at the Raiders Report? We ask questions, and I want you all to be participating with me. What do you think the Raiders should do? Should they play Derek Carr against the Miami Dolphins, or do you rest him? So go down in the comments section. If you see this on YouTube, Facebook, I don't care. Type P for play, or I want you to type R for rest. I am going to rest Derek Carr. I am confident in being able to say that I am a strong believer that he's going to be back. And for all the Carr haters, they're popping up out of everywhere. He's going to be the quarterback I would foresee for next season. The other reason, though, why you rest him, you got to see what you got in Marcus Mariota. And that's my next story here. You start Mariota the final 2 weeks. He was so much fun to watch. What he was able to do with the offense, and I really wish the Raiders would have picked better plays, especially at the end of the game. I mean, the RPOs, where it was so simple. He either handed it off, quick slant throw, or he was going to run it himself. But you start Marcus Mariota those final 2 games because you need to see whether or not he's going to come back next season. Because if you keep him, that's great. And honestly, if he does play well those next 2 games, I do. I think you end up bringing back Mariota. You keep the heavy contract, and that's what we were talking about. When the Raiders went out and paid Mariota in the offseason, a lot of y'all thought, could have potentially go to a Taysom Hill type role. I was saying from the start, no, 2 totally different quarterbacks. But if Mariota plays bad, it's a simple thing. You just cut him and save $10.1 million. But what I don't want to happen is this. We see a great game week 15. Derek Carr comes out, plays so-so, and then everyone the entire offseason's going, well, Mitch, do you remember that week that Mariota played great? You're damn right I do. But it's also just 1 game. Give me a 3-game sample size at the end of the season. That's what I want. It makes this decision a whole lot easier. So what would you guys do here? Who should start the final 2 weeks? Type MM for Marcus Mariota. Type DC for Derek Carr. I understand even if Carr is healthy, this season, chances of us making the playoffs are very, very slim. I want to know what we got in Marcus Mariota. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go down in the comments section, and I'm going to type MM. Every single week, I tell y'all, hey, hit me up on Instagram. Let me know what's going on in your lives because Instagram is by far the easiest way to get to know me, and it's also a very easy way to get to know you. I received one of the coolest messages that I have ever received in my DMs, and it's from an amazing mother. Her name on Instagram is Karma777, and she simply was just saying, thank you, Mitch. And I appreciate for you to respond to my son. Her name's JJ Flores on Instagram. But she sent me a few pictures that I just want to show y'all because, remember, Raider Nation is family. And this is why I tell y'all to hit me up on IG. So the picture here is Karma's daughters, or Karma's son, their other son, and then their daughter with their grandfather who, unfortunately, just passed away. And I know this feeling. The holidays are a tough time, but Raider Nation is family from the end. And, like, I couldn't even begin to tell you how blown away I was by this message. And she was like, you know, hey, you responded to my son on Instagram. He's a big fan of your show. He watches all the time. So, JJ, this is what I want to say, man. I want to say Merry Christmas to you. From me, from the entire Raider Nation, we are here for you. And if anybody out there is dealing with anything during the holidays, man, I'm right there with you. But we always got your back. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and give your mom a big hug because your mom is the MVP, the real MVP. So one more time, y'all, hit me up on IG. I'm at Mitchell Renz 365. It's in the description. The holidays are a time where we can show love, and if that's all I got to do, I promise you I'm going to do that. Let's go to another story here. If Mariota plays well, do you cut Derek Carr? This one started to pop up just about, everywhere. And I started to talk about it after the Thursday game. It's going to be interesting, right? So I asked this on YouTube. I asked it on Twitter. I asked it on Instagram. I'll get to the poll results. Don't you worry about that. But keeping Derek Carr cost $22.125 million in 2021. Honestly, that's a fantastic deal for a quarterback, a top 10 quarterback level. Realistically, at 16 right now, if all the contracts stay the exact same way, I anticipate a few other quarterbacks getting paid more than Derek Carr, and you could really realistically be looking at like the 18th, 20th lowest contract for a starting quarterback. That's a great deal. However, if you cut Derek because Mariota played well, you end up saving $19.625 million in 2021. It's obviously a lot of money for a Raiders team that I don't really think offense is the problem, but if you're telling me I can invest this amount of money on the defense, I'm at least intrigued by it. So one of the things that we always try to do here is I don't want to talk about the same shit over and over and over again because I'm not ESPN and I don't ever want to be them. But we will ask difficult questions, and I do want you all to be honest with me. So if you could keep only one quarterback, yes, only one quarterback in 2021, who would you keep? Would you keep Marcus Mariota type 8? Or would you keep Derek Carr? I want you to go down in the comment section and 4. And yes, you're only allowed to keep just one quarterback. So first off, I asked this on our community channel, community tab here on YouTube, Las Vegas Raiders Report. And it was 58% keep Derek Carr. So I was like, okay, that's kind of an interesting number. I mean, that's basically 60%. Speaking of which, Twitter results, 60% Derek Carr for keep him. That doesn't really surprise me. There's a lot of Derek Carr lovers, if you will, on Twitter, which is fine. And then I asked it again on Instagram. 54% of the people on Instagram said that you should keep Derek Carr over Mariota. At the end of the day, I'm just going to tell you all this right now. There is going to be a lot of quarterback controversy. I'm going to keep you guys updated the entire offseason. Just because y'all think that the Raiders season's over, it's not. This is the time of the year where everyone needs to be watching to really help us make those tough decisions in the offseason. Here's another tough decision. What jersey should y'all get? Luckily, I got hundreds, yes, hundreds of Raiders jerseys under $100. How do you get one? Chatsports.com/Raiders jerseys, and these are brand new. They are in stock, but I'm going to tell you right now, they are going to go quickly. Marcus Mariota jerseys have been our top-selling jersey over the last 24 hours. So if you want a Mariota jersey, chatsports.com/Raiders jerseys. That link is available for y'all in the comments and in the description. If you want a Josh Jacobs, Henry Ruggs, man, we got like Darren Waller. There's a Charles Woodson there. Who else? I think we got a Hunter Renfrow, 1 or 2 left. Bottom line, if you didn't get anything for the holidays, we got you covered. Chatsports.com/Raiders jerseys. Let's go to the fourth biggest storyline that I've seen. Should the Raiders draft a quarterback? The reason why this is being brought up is simple. The Raiders' offense on Thursday, whether you believe in Marcus Mariota or not, Gruden's offense is predicated and built in a West Coast style offense, which also helps when your quarterback is super mobile. I don't care who you are. It was fun to watch Mariota on Thursday night, whether you love Derek Carr, whether you dislike Derek Carr. If you were a Raiders fan and then get a little bit of a tingle sensation. I don't know where it was, but you know where I'm talking about. Down below, I don't think he had a pulse, because to watch the offense run, pass, I mean, all these different options with Mariota, it was fun. So how about this? Should the Raiders draft a quarterback in round 1? Give me a Y for yes, or I do want you to type that N for no. I do not anticipate Justin Fields falling to the Raiders. Trey Lance? Maybe. However, I do not anticipate the Raiders going out and taking a quarterback in round 1. The highest pick, I believe, quarterback's ever been taken by Gruden was pick 51, round 2, a few years back. Gronkowski, I believe, was the quarterback that he ended up taking. If I'm wrong on that, call me out at Mitchell Renz 365, but he's never taken a quarterback in round 1. And let's be real. You need to draft the defense, all of it. All the defense, all 7 picks, it needs to go to the defensive side of the football. You know why? Because as great as Mariota played, they still lost. And I don't really think it's fair that the entire week people were like, oh, Mariota was great, he did this, he did that. If Derek Carr was in that situation and they lost that game, Raider Nation would be chewing out Carr for losing the game, yet they are ignoring it for Mariota. Does Mariota deserve a round of applause? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, y'all, I don't give a shit because you lost the game when it mattered the most and you couldn't get the plays that you needed to. The defense stinks. It's one of the worst defenses I've ever seen. Luckily, this is going to be the first Sunday all year, and I've got to watch the Raiders give up 30 points. Oh, wait, they're not even playing today. So who should the Raiders hire as their next offensive coordinator? Because the defense, it sucks. I mean, let's just be real. It's horrible. So go down in the comments. Let me know who the Raiders should hire as their next DC. If you're not, I guess, familiar with a few names, here are 10 names. I made this video probably about a week ago, literally right after Gunther got fired. I put 10 names on this list. Will I have to update it? Yes, probably. I think guys like Lovie Smith could be at least interesting. Raheem Morris would be interesting. If Vic Fangio gets fired, you could add him. But here are my top 10 candidates as of right now to replace Paul Gunther. Now, if you guys haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the Las Vegas Raiders Report. I would really, really appreciate it. We're always pumping out a whole bunch of content here. And if you haven't already, this is the #1 most watched Raiders channel on YouTube. Man, we just crossed 69K, and that's hella nice. The last story here. The Raiders defensive coordinator on Wikipedia is Wade Phillips. I can't tell you how many people have sent this to me over the weekend, and I appreciate it when you guys DM me and you find these awesome, juicy stories because that means you want me to talk about it. However, from what I've learned from high school and middle school, Wikipedia is not a reliable source, and you can change it. The defensive coordinator for the Raiders still, to this day, is Rod Marinelli. Does that mean it can't be Wade Phillips in the future? No. Phillips has verbally have already said out loud that he is interested in the Raiders' job and that he is impressed with Raider Nation. All I'm saying is this. Wikipedia, not the most trustworthy source. Rod Marinelli is still the DC, but hey, Wade, if you do want to come on the show, Raiders Report, I'd be more than happy to get you. If you guys want Wade Phillips to come on the Raiders Report, share this video to him, tag him. I don't know what his @ handles are, but Wade, you're more than welcome to come on the show.